Promoting neuroplasticity and increasing neurogenesis can improve your life. And I'm here today to help you have access to that understanding and show you the many ways that you can put it to good use. Hi, I'm Courtney, and I'm here to talk to you about understanding, implementing, and benefiting from neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. A beautiful inspiration is revealed through the theory of neuroplasticity, blowing away decades of scientific dogma. The recently discovered neuroplastic nature of the brain means that our potential is not set at birth. We can remap, rewire, and reorganize our own minds. We can stretch and build our brains like a muscle at the gym, ensuring better pathways to health and wellness. Vital nutrients and various activities do play a big role in this workout of promoting and increasing plasticity. So, what is neuroplasticity? Well, neuroplasticity refers to the brain being able to reorganize itself. It does this both physically and functionally throughout life due to different environments, behaviors, ways of thinking, and emotions. We can strengthen and improve our brains in ways once believed impossible. Neurogenesis is the remarkable ability of the brain being able to make brand new connections and get rid of old ones. Basically rewiring. I'll give you an analogy now to help you understand it in simpler terms. Imagine that you have a dog, and every day you let your dog out the back door and it goes to the side gate to bark at the neighbor's dog. Well, eventually and without a doubt, there will be a beaten path from the back door to the side gate where the dog has been running over and over. It's the same with neuroplasticity. Every time our neurons fire down, it creates a pathway, and they keep repeating down this pathway. There's a beaten path. There's literally super highways in our brains of decisions that we've made, habits that we've formed. But neuroplasticity is the ability to make new pathways, new highways, new roads in our own minds. There are many ways to increase neuroplasticity, but before I talk about that, I want to touch on the two different perspectives of what neuroplasticity is. So there are two different perspectives, and one is that it is a fundamental process that describes any change in final neural activity or behavioral response. The other perspective is that it is an umbrella term for a vast collection of different brain change and adaptation phenomena. The first theory is a perspective that neuroplasticity is a fundamental process of the brain. The second perspective is needed for scientists who believe there is more than just a single brain process that results in neuroplasticity. But they are kind of similar. All I can say for certain is that it is still a field that's very young, and there's new discoveries popping up every single day. So ways to increase neuroplasticity include intermittent fasting, which is just going a while without eating, maybe 12 hours a day. Traveling, which is a novelty thing for the brain. Expressing anything new to your mind will increase neuroplasticity. So that could be anything new, but traveling is one of those things. Seeing new places, doing new things. Using mnemonic devices, in other words, like memory games. Try to remember a phone number instead of looking it up in the contacts. Learning a musical instrument will get those neurons firing. Non-dominant hand exercises. If you brush your teeth with your left hand or your non-dominant hand, it actually will improve your memory through neuroplasticity. Reading fiction, expanding your vocab, getting them linguistic centers in your brain moving. Creating artwork, dancing, moving, sleeping, that one's easy. Flow. Nutrients that increase neuroplasticity include magnesium, DHA, cholesterol, B12, ginger, turmeric, and BDNF. You can increase BDNF in your brain through short bursts of energy, like, for example, sprinting to your car from your door. And a fun factoid about BDNF is that it's been directly correlated with how long that we live. So increasing BDNF increases neuroplasticity, but also could increase how long that you live, which is one of the many benefits that neuroplasticity has to offer. Another benefit is that it can fight Alzheimer's. which isn't a big surprise because this is brain power, you know. Alzheimer's is the deterioration of the brain. Neuroplasticity is exactly the opposite of that. It's building your brain. It's building those new pathways. I would like to quote life coach and clinician Ian Cleary on talking about neuroplasticity in regards to anxiety and depression, which also it could help treat. And I quote, "Any brain changes are at the expense of other changes. Developing these parts of our brain that effortlessly trigger anxiety is at the detriment of the ones that aid calmness and confidence. It is not enough to just stop anxiety in any given moment, which is often people's focus. Anything can trigger that anxiety wiring that is still there waiting. We need to create competitive wiring. We need to create specific wiring of what we want to achieve, which is competitive wiring to the problem. Without this, we loop endlessly in anxiety with no neural pathway to take us forward." So it's touching on the fact that neuroplasticity can also be, you know, if those negative pathways are there, neuroplasticity can be positive or negative. You can get stuck in a negative loop or a negative pathway, but use neuroplasticity to rewire your brain to introduce a competitive pathway that's positive, that's good, that's healthy. So it's amazing that the brain is capable of all of this, rewiring, reshaping, and in some cases even regenerating, in the case of Alzheimer's. And anyone with a brain can become neuroplastic or even promote neurogenesis with patience, persistence, or mindfulness. Understanding, implementing, and benefiting from neuroplasticity is so important in preventing disease, living longer, having a better memory, doing better at schoolwork, being more intelligent and happy all the way around. Imagine a world where each individual was overcoming their negative brain loops and how much more positive of an atmosphere that would be for all of us. How cool is it that we can rewire our brains? And will you give it a try?